lawsuits, victims are never reimbursed. The attorneys get most of the money. It's correct. The way it is.
And I just wanted people to know out there too, because the state legislature is actually putting together the statutes. So when you're involved in a university, a state university, they technically have they can do a lot what they want because they're covered by sovereign immunity.
Well,
and
look, I don't know why that ruling was made about sovereign immunity. There is no sovereign immunity I don't know what you're talking. It must have been the way your complaint was written. I don't know. I really don't. I can't get into it.
Right.
David, did you want to get reinstated?
I wanted to, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it's too long. It's been 5 years now. And finally, the lawsuit came to court.
Were you working during this 5 years?
Off and on. I mean, when you go from a faculty position and you're terminated and you don't have anything to say, then you have COVID-19 hit. I just was bouncing from one job to another.
Yeah, it's terrible. No, David, I do sympathize with you because you're finding out what I've long known. There is no justice. In movies, there is justice. Okay? Listen, in movies, like you have the triumphant moment where someone wins and everyone instantly knows it. And you see people, in other parts of the city seeing the results on TV, and you hear people cheering for the guy, and it never happens in real life, ever. I have been falsely accused where not only had it dismissed, but had it expunged. It doesn't matter. That truth never comes out. It is the way of the world. People who are accused stand accused. It doesn't matter what the ultimate outcome is. There is no moment of triumph. Sorry, it just doesn't happen.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.
Construction work on southbound 225 approaching 6th Avenue. Watch for some brake lights as you work your way through that section of Aurora. Now, once you get past that construction, the rest of southbound 225 is moving along well. No problems on northbound 225. Checking your I-25 drive, looking pretty good, both directions. Good drive times now between C470 and I-70, and no issues as you work your way through the north suburbs, Northland, Thornton area. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, 30 today, and then we get to above freezing for the weekend, sunny and 40 on Saturday, and then almost 60 for Sunday. Currently, it's 28. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Looking for a great deal on blinds, shades, and shutters? Save 50% off any order during Blindster.com's President's Day sale. Blindster offers custom wood and faux wood blinds, roller shades, cellular shades, even custom plantation shutters. And they're all 50% off for a limited time. Blindster.com.
I can't say this enough. Free legal advice for your estate plan. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. You're going to need to know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, if you need to do it, to protect yourself, your assets, your property, your money, for you and your heirs. Ask your questions free of charge from BlakeHarrisLaw.com. So many people listening right now to this need either an estate plan or they have to at least dust off their estate plan and update it. 833-ASK-BLAKE for free information. 833-ASK-BLAKE. And then flat rates when you hire them. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. The fires have caused a lot of damage directly to homes and indirectly to surrounding businesses and homes. And there's so many people that don't know what to do. There are other people who have floods, pipe breaks, freezes, whatever. Of course you have to call insurance and deal maybe, and I hope you hire a public adjuster. But then when it comes to hiring a contractor, consider Genesis. They can do it all on one invoice. You deal with one source, one company. Inside and out, upstairs and down, roofing to the gutters, to the fencing, painting, outbuildings, or basements, kitchens, whatever. Genesis Total Exteriors.com, 303-679-8509.
There are lots of places to get national news, but for the local stories that affect you most, count on Newsbreak's new email newsletter. Right now, listeners of this show will be entered for the chance to win $1,000 when they sign up for Newsbreak's brand new email newsletter at iHeart.com/Newsbreak. Get the top 5 news stories from your neighborhood delivered straight to your inbox every morning. It's completely free. Sign up at iHeart.com/Newsbreak and be entered to win $1,000.
So many people have told me about Orchard. And no wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more, you keep the difference. No longer do you have to choose between an easy home sale or the best price for your home. Let me tell you about Rudy, a recent Orchard customer. Rudy's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple of minutes and lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling or just curious what Orchard would pay for your home, get a no-cost, no-obligation offer at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
You worked your whole career to reach the top of the mountain, but now that you're thinking about retirement, who will help guide you back down the trail? Listen to the Retirement Summit with Summit Wealth Strategies to learn how to prepare. Saturdays at noon on 630 KHOW.
This is Micah Lewis, General Manager at Maximum Auto Search. We need inventory. I'll give you more for your car than CarMax, Carvana, or anyone else. Get the most at Maximum. MaximumAutosearch.com. That's MaximumAutosearch.com.
Hello, this is Kurt Cambier with Centennial Capital Partners. Are higher taxes a concern? Who's likely to pay them? Give us a call at 303-584-1161.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research, Inc., a broker-dealer member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KHOW every Saturday morning at 7. It's a live call-in show to give Coloradans like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
The Ridiculous Crime Podcast proves that true crime isn't always about mayhem and murder. Sometimes it's just silly. Take a deep dive into the absurd side of criminality with tales of stupid capers and idiotic cons that are 99% murder-free and 100% ridiculous.
16-year-old Max Wade decides to steal the yellow and black Lamborghini Gallardo Spider. The owner, you know him as Guy Fieri.
Listen to Ridiculous Crime on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
As we age, it's not always positive like fine wine. Some things are less good. Could be creeping illnesses or degenerative issues, or behaviors like smoking or drinking can harm our voices. This is where you need Dr. David Opperman in the Colorado Voice Clinic. Speaking volumes can drop enough that so many pardon me's can cause you to just stop talking, or your voice could get hoarse or raspy. It could be painful, but Dr. Opperman can help. Please reach out and let him help you. Get started at coloradovoiceclinic.com. With a new year comes new ways to save big. Belco Credit Union is offering 1% APY on a 24-month CD on balances of $500 or more. That's right, 1% APY on a 24-month CD. To get that higher rate, you typically need to be in a longer term. Stop by any Belco branch, call 1-800-BELCO-1, or visit belco.org/CD to open a CD online in minutes. Belco membership is required. Conditions and restrictions apply.
You got to be careful when you're shooting. You'll have a whole field
Thank you for everyone. 630 KHOW.
You shoot AKs radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, waterpros.net, the best systems at the lowest prices. That's for softening or for conditioning, of which includes filtration or just straight filtering at the kitchen sink under $1,000 fully installed. Waterpros.net. Let's talk. All right, I wanted to, Cliff has this AutoNation issue here. And he says, Cliff, what's going on with your AutoNation problem?
Yeah, Tom, back in December, my truck was going down the road, and it literally just stopped. Started right back up.
Wow.
Drove another couple miles, it stopped. Finally got it back to the house. Called up Auto Nations. Took it in.
How many miles on this 2000 Dodge Dakota?
It's got 142,000 plus 15. And
why do you say it like that? 142 plus 15.
Well, because I put on 15 miles since I took it out of the shop.
Okay, 100. Okay, so what's going on?
They claim that they put a sensor camshaft in it and a sensor camshaft positioner, which is at lead weight. I was driving it last week, and it's been sitting in the garage this long. I drove it last week, and it just stopped again. I called up AutoNation again, told them the problem. They said, well, bring it back in.
What did they charge you? What did they charge you?
Got your experts up there.
Yeah, what did they charge you for that first repair?
$973.57.
$973. Okay, so they said they fixed it.
Yes.
Okay. Then it happened again.
Then it happened again.
Okay, so what is your question then?
My question is, being you got your experts, is there something that they've run into on a Dodge truck before like that?
Where
Am I getting
when it just
information, or are they just trying to drum up more business? I don't know.
When it just stops, okay, what happens? You're driving.
Everything goes out. The radio still plays. The air conditioner's still on. It just like somebody shut the ignition off.
Okay.
Turn the ignition back on, and you got no electricity whatsoever.
Well, that cam
sensor. But then again, as soon as I get it fully stopped, I hit the ignition, and it starts right back up.
Well, a cam sensor that they replaced could potentially cause that issue. Now, whether or not it was actually the problem at the time, that's almost impossible to say, but you're going to have to start from square one again.
Why does the cam sensor was replaced, and he spent $900?
Right.
And at 157,000 miles or 147, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's not unusual that would go bad.
No, certainly cam sensors and crank sensors are known for going bad on them. You could have bad wiring going to that cam sensor. There could be a lot of different reasons.
So what does the cam sensor do?
According to their list on this checklist, they checked all the harnesses and everything and said it was in excellent condition.
Okay. What?
So my question is, I don't understand what they mean by a crankshaft position. That they said it was something inside the crank, a lead thing that creates electricity or something.
No, it doesn't create electricity. You have the sensor itself, which has a signal. It has signal voltage going to it, and then basically you have a reluctor. So it works like a magnet. You have a reluctor. Think about a large square cogged wheel. So every time one of those teeth goes past the magnet, it excites it. It closes that circuit, and so now we know that we're creating one revolution. Every time we see that tooth, we know we've gone around one revolution. You have it for the crank sensor and the cam sensor because they actually turn at two different speeds. Either one of them can cause that complaint.
So if they replaced it, why would it stop again?
They replaced one of them, you said.
Replaced them both.
Oh.
Yeah, they charged $439 for one sensor, camshaft sensor, and then the camshaft positioner they charged.
I get it. I didn't know that. Okay, so they did both.
But what code is it throwing now? Is it still related to the same circuit? Did they make an unnecessary repair? Going to have to start with the diagnosis and find out,
Cliff,
is it an unnecessary repair or is it something new?
See, in order to, so total you spent $973, right?
Yes.
And when it happened again, what happened then? Did they fix it?
No, it just happened last week. I brought it in.
Where is it now?
I've been out of town. I called them today and told them what happened. They said bring it in. I said I won't bring it in until Monday.
Okay, don't bring it in.
All the time on Friday
don't bring it in, Cliff. Don't bring it to someone we know and trust and get a diagnosis first. And
all right, I'm in Wheat Ridge. Can you recommend somebody?
Well, I mean, if you go on referralist.com, you'll find people in your area.
I don't think he's that far away from Kevin, is he?
Not. Yeah, what about Kevin's electronic?
No, but that's not what he needs at this point. Electronic stuff. I don't think so. Does he? I mean, it's just. But Kevin Calkins, Sheridan Auto Tech, doesn't he have a location at?
He's got one on Colfax.
Yeah, he has one at Colfax, and I'm trying to find the cross street here. I'll find it.
I want to say it's near Wadsworth.
Yeah. Do you know where Sheridan Auto Tech is, Cliff? It's on Colfax.
And, Wadsworth, right on the
exactly.
corner.
That's right.
I know exactly where they're at. I'm a native.
Why don't you call? Do me a favor and tell them Tom said you would be a good guy to check this with. Check it before you take it back to those people. Make sure you got what you needed to begin with. It's on Colfax in Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth. Right there. You know where it is. 303-455-7242.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.
A left lane crash. Watch for it southbound I-25 at I-70. You're slowing starting around 58th Avenue or so. Now, once you get past I-70, a little sluggish southbound through downtown, but by the time you get to Spear and Colfax area, your speeds improve, and then no other problem spots for you. You should have a good flow of traffic with no other accidents reported on I-25 at this point. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, 30 degrees for the high today, and then we're going to get above freezing for the weekend. Sunny and 40 on Saturday, and then almost 60 for Sunday. Currently, it's 28. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Looking for a great deal on blinds, shades, and shutters? Save 50% off any order during Blindster.com's President's Day sale. Blindster offers custom wood and faux wood blinds, roller shades, cellular shades, even custom plantation shutters. And they're all 50% off for a limited time. Blindster.com.
You've heard me talk about public adjusters and that we need them. They work for you with insurance claims. But let me just put it out there. It's not going to cost you a dime to call the Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. They will look at your claim free of charge. They'll go through it all. They'll ask you questions, and then they will tell you the honest-to-God truth if they believe they can do you some good. And if they do, that means they believe that they can collect way more than you can on your own, and they only charge you a percentage of what they collect for you, either the extra money, if you've already gotten a settlement, or from the beginning. Whatever you want, they'll do, free of charge. So if you were part of the fire damage or the surrounding damage with smoke and soot and ash, by the way, a lot of those houses have to be cleaned a second time. Your insurance company won't volunteer that information. If you have any second guesses on how you're being treated by your insurance company and their adjusters, get an adjuster on your own, no matter what the insurance loss. Call Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado, 720-715-0000, 720-715-zeros, Public. And oh, by the way, here's the website. It's cool. COClaims.com. COClaims.com. Hey, if you're looking for floor coverings, Simply Floors Inc. is a simple click away. SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's where you can make your own appointment. Buddy and Karen Mitchell own the place, and they truly are floor covering experts, and they give you design consultants to help you choose the right floor and coordinate it with your project free of charge. They give you the best installers and the all-around best experience with the best prices, whether it be a wide assortment of carpeting, LVT, hardwoods, engineered floors, laminates. Simply Floors Inc. That's INC. Make your own appointment. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might.
You shoot ARs? Huh? You shoot ARs?
I have. I own one, but now Alorama's has it.
You have a. I remember you selling that actually.
An AR.
They are.
Not now. I sold it. I didn't want any part of it. It had too much controversy. Yeah.
Just right here.
I kind of like.
Sets the trigger right on the edge. When you like
felt
to
like.
squeeze the trigger of the gun, you'll rapid fire.
I should. I don't know.
It's in your pocket, dude.
Yeah, but hold on now. They don't shoot like that.
They do with the Hellfire trigger.
The what?
With the Hellfire trigger.
What is that?
It's literally an
insert.
Yeah. You put it in your pocket. You don't even leave it attached to the gun. I've got a couple of. There's a friend of mine, Vincent Tronosco.
I think it's suit and tie.
Oh no, dude, you have to meet the guy. He looks like the 1970s Italian gangster. All right, wearing the shiny frickin' slick suit, gold chains, gold rings. Always has his he's in the hospital right now. He's still wearing his damn stuff.
Maybe his older brother, huh?
And buyers. Well, Day has just announced that the Ribble Group is bringing back the Zero Commission COVID Seller Protection Program, but for a limited time. That's where the buyer pays all of the commission. So to be clear,
well, he made him take off all his gold, but he's in the hospital and he still doesn't take off his sunglasses.
I like it. I like it.
Oh no, he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
I like his smile.
But usually gold everywhere. He likes the derby style black hat.
GAYE. GayHasTheBuyers.com. GayHasTheBuyers.com.
But yeah, that trigger's about $49. They're fun. Takes a little practice to get used to it, but.
What does the trigger do? Is it a bump trigger?
So yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But it's not that big thing that you put.
It's not like a bump stock.
It's
No,
not like
it
a bump stock.
literally goes into the trigger
It's a
guard.
bump trigger.
It's only yay big. You can put it in your pocket.
And what does it do?
It allows you to press the fire.
It lets you adjust, Tom. It lets you adjust the trigger to where it's right at the edge. So basically, you just put your finger on it and hold it, and the vibration makes that gun shoot as fast as it's showing. That's wicked.
First look, the new Hellfire Stealth is adjustable. Deactivate and activate with this micro adjuster right here. You can sense the trigger right on the edge where you like these.
Hey, Mark Courtney Lopez here. We know life's moments are definitely better together.
And Smart Mouth mouthwash gives us the confidence to always be ready to make the most of these moments.
Where is your device?
Carpet, all around the house.
Where's the device?
This one goes in the grip. There's another one that actually
It goes to the crib. How does that adjust the trigger?
It doesn't actually focus. But you're still a single pulse in the round.
Save 20% at smartmouth.com/radio.
And it's your recall doing it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works like I say. It takes a little getting used to when you first do it, but once you got the hang of it, you can. I mean,
do you have one?
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Ruby, what's going on, Ruby? What's happening? We have plenty of time, by the way, for calls. If you are wondering if you should call or not, we have another hour to go. 303-713-TALK. Ruby, what's going on?
Well, I took my car to the mechanic.
Yeah.
And he charged me a lot of money.
Okay.
Used parts, and I've been asking him for an invoice.
Do you feel like he didn't do what you paid him for?
Yeah, and then I got my car out on the 14th, and the next morning on the 15th, I went to go take my grandkids to school, and the light went on. So I called him and I told him my light's on. I says, and he goes, well, you can come and drop it off again. And I said, no, I'm going to go get a diagnosis.
How much did you spend the first time?
I spent $2,000.
And what did he do for that $2,000? Do you remember? I mean, do you have it written down?
I do. It was a 4x4.
Yeah.
And then it was the dry shaft.
That's hard to figure out. So you paid $2,000, and what shop is it?
It doesn't have a name. It's Alejo. The owner of the shop is Alejo. It's off of 6th and Buckley.
It doesn't have a name?
No.
How did you find it?
Well, he was a family mechanic.
I'm sorry. Did I put you on hold and not come back to you? Is this the one we talked about already? Or is this another one? Oh my God, we had another one like this, like in the first hour talking about her family friend. Okay, so you paid $2,000.
This is the same one. That's my daughter.
Oh, Oh, so Ruby, this is the same one or different car?
A different car.
He did it to you guys twice?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Let me explain. So I took it to AutoZone to see what was wrong with that because the light went on the next day. And they told me it was a dry shaft.
Okay. What do you want? Okay. Are you saying the money that you spent was for nothing that you needed?
Well, it is. But I've been asking him for an invoice to see how much the parts really cost it because he charged me a lot.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what they cost him. He can charge anything he wants. Hey, Ruby, is your car still with this guy?
No, I took it out of there. He wanted me to go take it back and leave it there.
No.
So that he could check why the engine light went on. And I said, no. I said, I already got it diagnosed what it is. And I think he...
Where'd you get it diagnosed?
AutoZone. I got it diagnosed at AutoZone.
Do they diagnose cars?
Well, they'll run codes, but they don't do true diagnosis. They'll put a code into the computer. It will come up with likely causes for...
What did your code say?
It was the dry shaft.
Okay, that could mean...
drive shaft.
No.
There's
Listen.
no code for a drive shaft.
Listen, Ruby, you need to go somewhere to get this thing looked at to make sure this guy didn't rip you off. Where are you? What part of town? What part of town are you in, Ruby?
I live in Aurora.
Okay.
I'll be happy to run codes and get an idea of what's going on.
Listen, you know, we have a couple places you can go. If you went to, and they'll just run a code and do it just to figure out what's going on. And then, you know, they can't tear into it deeply, but they can at least run some codes for you as a favor. But this guy, and then you need to bring your invoice. We need to understand what he did for $2,000.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what he did, you know.
But you don't have an invoice.
But I don't have an invoice, and I've been asking him since I got my car on the 14th.
What was the problem you originally took it to him for?
For the 4x4.
Okay, so he put
what do you mean by 4x4? What was wrong with it?
It was broken.
PTU and a drive shaft. So it's basically the transfer case.
Yeah, yes, and then not the drive shaft. It was the converter that came up. It came up on the code at AutoZone.
All right, hold on, and we'll try to figure this one out. I don't know how we do it without getting an invoice. Hey, if you have a phone number for the mechanic, let's give him a call directly.
What's up, Nuggets fans?
So, do you have any follow-ups from the calls you've made?
Just the one about the apartment. That wouldn't talk to us with the noise.
Okay, but what about the one you took today about...
I didn't call him yet.
What was that guy about?
That was Harold with the returning watch to Coles.
Okay, yeah, just to see if he'll do me a favor. Cool. That's for our other Wi-Fi we need.
Oh, actually, I did have that. That's the guess. I didn't think I had it.
Yeah.
No, that's good to have.
Yeah. That's long overdue.
So Ruby's got a problem. If you could call that mechanic and ask us what he did for $2,000.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll do that right now.
She's online too.
What? Yeah, I'll check that. She has.
As long as they were new parts, she didn't get burned on the price. They got a PTU.
Place way too high.
Well, it's such when I was in the bathroom earlier, it was way too cold. Holy shit.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The White House says President Biden spoke to Ukraine's President Zelensky today as Russia continues its invasion into Ukraine. moving deeper into the country and closer to the capital. During a virtual summit, NATO countries agreed to activate its worldwide response force for the first time in the history of the alliance. NATO Secretary General Jim Stoltenberg vowing that
This is what's wrong with me. I have no fucking balance.
Will be defended.
I have no fucking core strength. And this leg here, half the time, it doesn't fucking want to move.
Russia openly contests the European security order.
They're going to cut me fucking wide open Wednesday.
See what's rotten in there? You'll find out what's rotten in there.
Yeah, at least what's rotten, or at least not connected.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I believe it's time that we have to reflect the full talent and greatness of our nation.
Told Jeremy you can get up and down.
I don't need one of them yet, but I got one sitting up at my buddy's house.
My grandfather had one was about the only thing about it that made his life bearable for a while.
The new record for the state. The CDC is
Then it got to the point where she was falling that my grandmother couldn't
Ahead of the official announcement.
Man.
So she was constantly getting, she ended up having to put him in nursing. Dude, 2 days after going into nursing,
He said, I'm ready.
Total case counts. The new guidance will focus on
My
hospitalizations,
buddy's mom
by COVID patients,
told us
hospital capacity,
that she
and
was
new
ready
COVID
to go.
cases. The CDC requirement that
1 hour
masks be
before
worn
she
on
went.
public transportation will remain.
ABC
weird
State
that shit
Capital.
I mean,
Citigroup says it will
as
eliminate all
cold as
overdraft
this.
fees by this summer. Customers can
Yeah,
instead
my
bring their
wife's
balances above zero by setting up a free automatic transfer from savings
1
accounts
hour
or
later.
tap into their line of credit. Citigroup will become the
1 hour
biggest U.S.
later.
bank to get rid of overdraft fees, which consumer
Fucking let
advocates
go.
say disproportionately affect lower income customers.
I guess you don't know until you get there. But I mean, there's got to be some sort of sense of awareness to it. I mean, they say if a cat cares for you, close the door someplace. Animals generally know.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm quit. I'm turning this shit off. Oh, here's the key. Click.
Right there.
Oh, my dad. Oh, man, my dad. That was very sad. My younger brother, my baby brother, his youngest child.
If I'm going to work from my home office, I need my home office to work for me. It's possible at Staples.
I
To be
was
most
talking.
productive, my home office needs to have everything my boss
Just like we're looking at each other,
Also
the
possible
phone rang,
because
and I
your
looked at
local
the phone, and
Staples
it
store has the
said,
tools your
"Are
business
you back?"
needs
He
to
said, "I
get
want
work
this."
done from home. And right
I'm
now,
like,
you can save up
"What's
to
up, Barry?"
40% on select chairs
And
to put the
his
finishing
mom
touch on
said,
your home office. Explore what's
"Very
new at Staples, the working and learning store.
I said,
And
"What?"
226
He says,
in
"Barry
only
is
while
dead."
supplies last.
And I mouthed those words out loud looking at my dad.
News time.
Never said
103. Coloradans are responding to the events
Never
inside
said another
Ukraine.
word.
Colorado
Next
is ready and willing to welcome refugees
4
and
months.
prepared to provide
Oh,
any
shit.
support he can to those fleeing Ukraine. Governor Polis says that he has sent
Just
letters
this
to the State
cast
Department
came
and
over his
Congress
face,
to immediately suspend the
fucked
federal
him up.
gas
His
tax.
baby went before he did.
No, no pressure. That's very
Ukraine. The mountain areas are reporting some epic ski conditions after a couple of rounds of snow this week. Vail has received 15 inches and Aspen has 19. Loveland has reported 10 inches of big snow. As for who got the most, Purgatory got a foot overnight and over 30 inches this week. We got about 100 fire veterans that enjoy a play this weekend.
Where?
That's
That's where you have a cabin.
For free. Yeah, we've got some areas that.
Service manager from Johnson Auto Plaza on Line 8.
Poland is sending in trucks loads
Henry.
of ammo to the
Is
Ukraine.
Henry the one that, okay.
Yep. So this is it was the one that we were going to charge upwards of $10,000, and he thought that all the stuff wrong with it came after Johnson Auto Plaza had it. That's kind of the gist of the call. And then
And he didn't have a lot of miles on it then.
it was like 58,000 if I remember correctly. But
What a busy fucking car day.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of cars. It hasn't been like this in a long time. Or it's been overwhelmingly cars.
Full lines.
31 pinpoint weather, a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon will drop down to about 10 overnight.
But if you notice,
Looks sunny both
how many of
Saturday
them
and
have
Sunday
been?
with a high of
Where?
42.
Where do you see Drew?
We got Chevy.
Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 K.
Looking for a great deal on blinds, shades, and shutters? Save 50% off any order during Blindster.com's President's Day sale. Blindster offers custom wood and faux wood blinds, roller shades, cellular shades, even custom plantation shutters, and they're all 50% off.
Do you even talk to Rolly anymore?
Blindster.com.
Now and then, now and then, he's backing out of it,
Yeah.
He's gonna sell.
No, he was talking about that a couple of years ago.
His car has a
with an unbelievable
but he'll,
rate of 3.5 rate
I think
APR. With our no
he should have been out of it by now. I'm not sure at what
no points, no
stage he's in.
I'm Wesley Hoagland.
So was he a house buyer?
A trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you refinance in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 3.5 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669.
The biggest of the brainless?
MLS 3304. Not all loans apply.
No-brainer. Biggest of the brainless.
It's Leland Conway. Friday at 2.
Uh-oh, Kiev is under attack.
Oh, yeah, it was under this morning.
They went in this morning, and Poland is trekking over bullets for the Ukraine. Yeah.
It's all small powder.
I know. I want to help that.
It's the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630.
K-How. Yes, welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's keep going here and solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. Today is car day. Now, listen, we had a guy call up, and it was Henry, and he was upset about, Johnson Auto Plaza. He said he replaced, well, first of all, he was having some problems. 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And he took it in, and the battery was replaced, and some fuel system recall. Then he said 8 days later it wouldn't start. It was towed back. Now, that was the original problem. It wouldn't start. And then he said they needed another battery, and he said, wait a minute. Now, the guy replaced it free of charge, then replaced an electronic component in the transmission that they believe was draining the battery for $2,000. Still, though, not fixed. Now they tell him it's going to be $10,000 to fix. Now, that's his story. So he takes it in, replaces the battery, does all that, then spends $2,000. Now they want another $10,000. He thinks there's something going on. But Tom Mack, the service manager, says, wait a minute. You called to find out, we want to tell you, or somebody called him, and he said, we want to give you our side of the story. Now, usually we do call to get to the bottom of the story, and I think I did assign this to someone. So, Tom, I'd like to believe we were going to call you and get your side of the story no matter what, but you're on right now, and I'd like you to weigh in on this. Are you there, Tom? All right, so he's not there.
I am here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Did you hear me give that recap, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, we've got a 2011 first-time into us Grand Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
He's a friend of the family of one of my technicians.
Okay.
So that's why they brought it in here. It comes in with a multitude of issues, and I really don't know what the original problem on the vehicle was, but it comes to me it will not start.
Right.
We do a scan report on everything that comes in the door. It's got 25 different codes in the system. So it's got a new aftermarket TIPM, a new aftermarket alternator, a new aftermarket starter, had some wiring repairs done that we can see. Obviously, somebody's chasing a problem somewhere. There's been a lot of changes made and some things done incorrectly. I don't know exactly what I'm chasing. I'm chasing what has been tried to repair from the original problem. What I would need to move forward is to know what that original problem was and what everybody's done down the line so I can try and decipher what the vehicle actually needs. We have a vehicle that my technician promised he would get running, and that's all we were going to do due to the extensive work done elsewhere. He got it running. We have an alternator that's charging at full filled, which is cooking the batteries. We have a starter that has a flat spot in it, which means when it hits that flat spot, it draws too much amperage, and it will not turn the vehicle over. So the alternator may have warranty somewhere. The starter may have warranty somewhere.
Okay, so you're saying you didn't cause all these troubles. They came to you and were manifested.
Yes, they were there, and somebody's chasing the original issue, which I'm not sure what that original issue
Now,
was.
you guys did a little chasing, too, with that transmission electronic component for $2,000?
Yeah, for $863, yes, sir.
What was the $2,000 he talked about?
I'm not sure what that is. The only thing they've been charged for at this point in time
total
is the $836.24, and that's for the range sensor in the transmission.
Got it.
One of those 25 codes is that range sensor.
Okay.
And we do have that range sensor drawing a lot of amps when the vehicle's off. So that's why we put that in there. Unfortunately, that's not the only issue.
All right, so hold on then. Then bottom line is the truck is there. I mean, the Jeep is there right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the next step?
The next step is if they can bring me everything that's been done. Who put the TIPM in it? Who put the alternator in it? Who put the starter in it? What were they chasing? If I can get some back history and make some sense of this, I can move forward.
Okay, what about the $10,000 estimate he said you gave him?
If we have to replace everything under there that we know is wrong right now, that would be a worst case scenario.
Okay, thank you. Now, so it's Henry, this sounds pretty clear to me that your Jeep had a lot of aftermarket crap on there that they didn't do. Henry? All right. He's not on there, and I wouldn't be either, I guess, because it's not as represented totally. So, man, Tom, this was brought in for not starting.
Correct.
And then you did a fuel system recall, but you did that system recall without charging, right?
Correct.
Okay. Is he on there now?
He's
okay.
on.
He's on. Okay, let me try him. So, Henry, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so they seem pretty straightforward on what they did and why they couldn't fix this first time through. They said you have a lot of aftermarket stuff on there, and some of it's not working. They said your alternator, for example, is cooking the battery.
So, again, I get this. I work in the automotive industry. I sell parts for a living.
Okay, keep going then.
I've been doing this for 15 years.
Yeah, go.
I replace the alternator. I replace the starter. I replace the TIPM.
Why?
Because, again,
why?
It is not cost-effective to
Why?
take anything to a dealership and
Henry,
actually pay their fees for.
Do me a favor. Why did you replace those parts?
Because I was having an electrical issue where the vehicle would not start.
Okay, so Tom is saying just because you replace those things doesn't mean you replace the right things, and some of those things could have caused additional problems.
I understand that. Again, they are new products. Again, not OEM from Mopar, but they are a new product that was in the vehicle that had been tested prior to installation.
All right, so let's take the alternator. Tom, you say it was cooking the battery.
It's charging full filled.
Okay. Why is that, Henry, since you installed it?
Excuse me?
You installed that alternator. Tom says it's cooking the battery because it's charging full field all the time.
Well, then obviously there's an issue electrically with either the battery or the contacts between the battery and some other point on that system. An alternator wouldn't just all of a sudden go out on a brand new alternator.
Unless it was never an alternator problem to begin with, and maybe it was some kind of voltage regulator. I don't know, Tom.
Exactly.
Well, okay, exactly, Henry. Exactly means that you installed an alternator, and without knowing what it was doing, it could be that it cooked the battery and it wasn't Tom's fault. It could be.
That is a possibility. But again, when the vehicle is at a dealership and they're running it down and they're telling me, hey, everything's good to go, we test drove this, and then I come in there or my wife comes in there, and the vehicle is obviously not in running condition, not in the condition that they said it was, and then the tech
Okay, that's a fair question, Tom. Hold on, Henry. It's a fair question.
Tom.
I'm going to put you on hold there, Henry, because we go back and forth here. Tom, so if he went to pick it up, told everything was ready, why would all hell break loose?
It's hard to say. It started fine for us. We test drove it. It drove fine for us. When he came to pick it up, that starter was on the flat spot. It would not start. It would not start for us. So we get a jump box, it still won't start. So when we get it off that flat spot on the starter, it starts until it hits that flat spot again.
Okay, so a flat spot in the starter, you need a new starter or get it rewound, right? Or get it redone, I mean?
Yeah. They don't rewind those anymore. You have to replace it.
Yeah, whatever.
And that's why I'm asking the question. If he's got receipts from these, and we determine that those components are bad, which I have not gone through that diagnostics yet, I don't know if that alternator was charging full filled before he replaced that TIPM, or if it's inside that aftermarket TIPM. That's not a part that, and I don't have a lot of experience with aftermarket. We use factory parts.
Help me a little here. What's a TIPM?
The TIPM is the main relay junction box that most of the electronics go through.
Okay.
So, and he put that TIPM in there. Now, there was a recall for the factory TIPM for a no-start condition, and that no-start condition is a crank no-start.
Okay, hold on.
It had a relay in there that had the fuel pump.
All right.
Sorry.
So, no problem. Henry, what do you want from now? They have your vehicle. They say, we did some of the things the codes told us it needed, and we don't, that's what we did. But in order to go farther, we have to do a complete diagnostic, and the worst case scenario would be all of those aftermarket parts they can't trust. So, I mean, what do you want right now?
Well, again, I don't agree with that. I don't think that, again, suggesting that aftermarket parts are not trustworthy, again, is a valid statement. I make a living selling aftermarket
All right, then
parts.
Instead of bragging about what you do for a living, here's what I want you to do, Henry. Go pick up your car and take it somewhere else and have it diagnosed. Seriously. You've obviously lost trust. You disagree with them, and I don't think there's a reason to continue, all right? Because you keep telling me how much you know. And I'm not saying you don't. You could be completely right. I want you to know that, Henry. You might be completely right, but we're not going to find that out here. You're going to have to take it somewhere else and get it analyzed, and then we revisit this thing. And I am sure that if Tom...
Why didn't they do that initially, though?
What's that?
Why was this not done initially? I just don't understand why it would have been taken back and forth 3 times to
Fair question.
Never have
Fair question, Tom. Why do you? Why he's frustrated? I hear he's frustrated. Why did? I don't know. Go ahead, Tom. He says, why not initially? I don't know what you mean initially, Henry. Sometimes fixing something that has multiple problems takes multiple visits.
Absolutely. With the 25 codes that are in the system. And I still don't know. I know the starter's got a flat spot. We tested it. It has excessive draw when it will not crank. My question to you, Henry, was it when it was no starting originally, was it a no start, no crank, or was it a crank, no start?
It was a no start, no crank.
Okay. So.
And that's what they're finding because of the dead spot.
Yeah, the dead spot in the starter. And so I'm not sure why the TIPM got replaced, and I'm not sure that the TIPM's not the guilty portion of that alternator charging full filled. We have not gone through that diagnostic procedure yet. But I needed the information of why we replaced all these parts, the sequences they were replaced, so I could try and follow the logic behind it.
It was a no start. That's why he did it. Did you replace the starter?
Yes.
You replaced the starter for a no start, and you happen to replace it with one with a dead spot? That doesn't make sense, Tom. Was this a brand new starter?
Yes.
Yeah, we get defective parts brand new out of the box. It happens.
And just on that note, I do believe you. Yes, that is true. I did replace that twice because the first one I did get a defective one. I was having the same issue. I took it back, had it checked, and I put in another one. And
I have a stupid question. I have a stupid question. Really, I do. Can anything in that vehicle cause a flat spot in a starter? Is there any other defect that would cause a starter to get a flat spot? That might be a stupid question, but I'm asking.
No, not really.
Okay.
The only other thing that can cause it to no crank is if there's a bad connection somewhere. If that starter's not getting full power to it, it would give the same symptom
as a flat spot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, listen, I'm going to tell you my impression here, and I don't have a dog in this fight, Henry. I swear to you, they don't sound like they're trying to put you together. It sounds like they're trying to find the problem. I'm just saying,
I agree with you.
and I think you ought to let them proceed with a diagnostic, and we'll come back. I got to take this break.
No, I think the original caller is trying to put all this problem. I mean, he's been chasing this, and now he's angry that these guys haven't caught up to him. And what were you mounting to me? I couldn't understand you.
Oh, what is the tip?
That's what I thought. Because there's the totally integrated powered up.
It's not, okay. Do alternators have voltage regulators built in nowadays? Okay. So I'm talking old school shit.
That's all right.
You're talking a little black box.
20%. Well, I still have.
He's been chasing this problem. He's already.
Let's talk about American Restoration. That is a restoration
company you call when you have a fire, a flood, mold, asbestos problem, unattended death, crime, meth labs, whatever. It's like a problem with your property that needs to be fixed. So you call a restoration company to preserve your value. But if you call just any restoration company, you could end up in trouble because most of them are lying, cheating ripoffs. That's why I recommend Rock and his team, otherwise known as American Restoration. Amrest, that's Amrest247.com. Amrest247.com, 8337 Amrest. No matter what the problem with your property, they'll work with your insurance or with your public adjuster to put you back in shape as little or as much as you want them to do. And they're honest. 8337 Amrest. Core scans saves lives. If you take no other message away, it's that. It's a scan of your carotid artery that has been shown scientifically to be a reflection of your cardiovascular system. That means if they detect soft plaque, further testing might be in order or treatment. Soft plaque is an immediate danger of stroke or heart attack or cardiovascular disease, and it can be treated. That's the good news. So for just $189, you can find out. $189 could save your life. 720-740-2663. 720-740-2663. That's Core Scans without the E, C-O-R, corescans.com.
Inflation just broke a nearly 40-year record thanks to Biden's...
Your regular fuse box, and then the tip was kind of like a smart fuse box. It actually has chips and whatnot, and you bounce computers out of it.
Okay, cool.
So this lady, Ruby, it wasn't a crankshaft, it was a catalytic converter.
The code?
Yeah, so I told her to call back because I don't know what it is that she wants now. But I spoke to the mechanic. He said he would give her, if she comes by tomorrow morning, he'll get an invoice.
Okay, so Dr. Ken, I'm going to give you his number to call. And you tell him you're a doctor. I told him you're a doc and that you know docs. I mean, not that it matters, but they love doctors, so they want to get as much buzz in the medical community as possible. So his name is Don, and I'm going to give you the number because I want you to call him about your core scan. He'll help you set it up. And let me get you his name. Here it is. There. Right there. It says work, but it's his cell. Right there.
So now both her daughter has a missing cat and she's got codes for a cat.
Next. Well, now she said it wasn't the crankshaft. She got confused. It was a cat. I said, well, I don't know what the issue is. Just call back and we'll see if we can help you.
Drive shaft. She kept trying to say drive shaft.
Yeah, but she meant the cat. I don't know how you can get those two confused.
I don't know either. So, but you can have all sorts of reasons why you get catalytic converter codes. But didn't she say it was her daughter that was also there earlier that day?
I don't know.
And she was the one. She was the one that pulled the vehicle out of there because the cats had disappeared and now she's getting moved.
Trains only get worse. Don't wait major backup. Online services can help. With 93 or free if they can't.
What's her name? Ketanji? Brown Jackson? Ketanji.
Do you know anything
Ketanji
about
Brown Jackson, huh?
Do you know anything about him?
She was a federal court in the D.C.
Yeah, I don't know
and
much
she got
about
Republican votes. The people love her.
Yeah, she's...
Who's she originally appointed by?
Obama, I thought.
Was it?
That would be it.
She's Harvard, baby. This woman is no Schloss. She's a Condoleezza Rice.
I listen to her talk. Condoleezza Rice's dad lives down the street from a friend of mine.
No, but she's that powerhouse.
Yeah, right here in Colorado.
But the powerhouse.
Doesn't she speak like 5 languages?
Yeah, the brain powerhouses are few and far between in this world. Yeah. And there's 2 of them. You know who was another brain powerhouse? The fucking guy that burned himself with stupid remarks. What's his name? This doc, this neurosurgeon. He ran for president. What's his name?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Huh?
No, the neuros. No, the brother, the black guy.
Yeah.
What
real soft-spoken man.
And really smart.
Fucking A. He literally did a brain transplant.
Fucking idiot savant, though. He can change your brain.
I agree with you.
He's not a politician.
No, and he has no...
But smart motherfucker.
He has no charisma.
He's an
He
idiot.
grew up poor, man, and became a fucking girl.
Did they put him try to hunt?
Hi.
Yeah.
Tom Martino, you're a troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here's the thing, man. I don't know if you want a last word, but I think this is a situation where Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, nailed it. Here's what he said. The owner obviously knew he had a problem. He was chasing it. Okay, now he's pissed that these guys can't find it. And you know what? I don't blame him. When I take something to a service department, I want him to find it. Although, we got to cut Tom some slack. Because how many codes? My God, 25 codes? So Tom, how much will it cost him to give him a complete diagnosis without fixing anything right now? To say, this is what you need. Or is it not one of those situations? Must you hunt and peck? And I don't mean that as an insult. What do you think?
I have to hunt and peck.
Oh, God.
If I have the full story of what's happened in the history of the car, I'm not going to charge him to diagnose it.
Okay. So once he gives you the full story of what he was chasing, what you're going to do is make suggestions on what to replace?
Yeah, then we will go in a reverse order, if you will, as to why we did this, when, where, and how, and we will determine what the full issue is. If it's in the TIPM or one of those aftermarket parts, maybe he can warranty those, bring me the part, and see if it fixes it.
Are you able, though, to do this and, for example, isolate a part and test it before spending the money to replace it?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. What do you think, Henry? I think once we got a clear understanding here, I don't know if I'd be in a hurry to get it out of there, Henry. Are you there, Henry?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so are you willing to work with him?
I don't have any, again, doubt in Tom's capabilities. I think it's at the right place. And again, I just think that for whatever reason, there's an electrical issue.
Okay, cool. Here's what I'd like to do then is leave it in Tom's capable hands. And Tom, as you know, I don't have to tell you, communication, what is that? The number one problem we run into? And I'm not telling you how to do your job, but sometimes people assume the worst if they don't hear anything. Okay, I'm going to go to the phones. I want to go back. I want to go to Shafan. Is Shafan? Is that your name? I want to make sure I get that right. Shafan?
Yes.
Okay. Your 2014 Equinox. Now, this can't be a coincidence. I just talked to Ruby with a 2014 Equinox. So is this the mother and daughter thing we're talking about?
No, this isn't a mother and daughter.
Oh, my God. This is yet another 2014 Chevy Equinox. Okay. What's going on with yours?
I had actually purchased the vehicle on December 31st.
Okay.
And I had the vehicle for 40 minutes, and the vehicle stalled. I really don't know what type of issue happened with the vehicle besides it stalled, and I am basically out of $5,500.
No, hold on a second, Siobhan. You tell me you only had it 40 minutes?
I had it for 40 minutes, and I was driving it back down to Denver. I don't. I just have a 20. I was driving it back down from Pueblo to Denver, and it stalled in the middle of the highway.
So where is it now?
They still have the vehicle.
Who's they?
Money.
Who's they?
Gallery Auto Auction.
And where are they out of?
They're located in Pueblo, Colorado.
From Gallery. Okay, Gallery Auto Auction. And what do they say they're going to do about it?
Nothing. They're telling everybody I bought it as is. However, it was advertised that it was a great running condition vehicle, low mileage for a great price, and it was definitely a great price, but it was definitely not a tollway.
Hold on, man. You can't lose $5,500. Plus, they keep the car. That's not right. And even if you bought it as is, for goodness sakes, they can't mislead you. Do you have proof that they said it was great running?
The only proof that I have is that the vehicles that are on their website, they all have the same ad.
Well, did you keep the ad from the one you bought? Did you keep the ad or the writing from yours?
I didn't even do anything except keep pictures because I didn't expect to run into this sort of issue. So,
hey, Chiffon, we need to get someone to work with you to help you on this. Honest to goodness, this is terrible. We need someone. Hey, let's give it to Deputy Smarty Pants, because I'm loading up Doc today. Let's get Deputy Smarty Pants to call them and try to work something out. They can't keep this car and then say tough. What did they actually say? Did they say tough or did they say come get it? What do they say?
They didn't say anything. They told me that I could come and look at another vehicle, and I live in Denver, Colorado. The only reason why I want to go back and look at another vehicle is I had drove another vehicle prior to that vehicle, and before I could even take it on a test drive, the check engine light came on.
How many miles were on this Equinox, Chiffon?
It had 98,000.
Okay, that's not terrible, right, Jeff? So listen, I want to know this. Did they say they would give you full credit toward another car?
No, they actually didn't say anything. They didn't say anything, so it caused me to literally go dispute the charges through my bank.
Good. Good. Hold on. Were you able to do it?
No, my bank stated that I signed the as is on the bill of sale. I don't even have the title. I don't even have the title.
Hold on.
So it's like,
when you tried to dispute it, what did you try to dispute? Was it a debit, credit, or a check?
It was the debit, and my debit I could not dispute, but my credit, they disputed it.
How much was on your credit? How much of that 55?
It was $321 on top of the 55.
Oh, crap. That's all you got to dispute is the 300?
That's all I was able to dispute was the $321.
Chiffon, this is terrible. Goodness. Did you trade a car in on this?
I did not trade a car in, thank God, on it about that one.
Okay, so right now, really when's the last time? Listen, there's a lot of time passing. Do they still have this vehicle down there?
I don't have the vehicle.
No, I know. I just hold on though. You got to do something, really. I mean, even if it turns, how do we know what's wrong with the Equinox? We don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe it's not serious.
They actually, when I had talked to the lady, she said that it was too much to repair. That's all that I know. She never told me what sort of problems it was.
Is Smarty Pants listening right now, Kelly? Do you know? I know he was doing it earlier. I really want him to try to siphon through this. This poor woman is out $5,500. They say it's too much to repair. Come on, man. And they got to help you some way. Now, if they give you $5,500 in credit, to me, that would be sufficient so long as we can get the car checked out that you buy.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I know that it would like literally pass Colorado emissions.
Or how about this? How about this, Chiffon? As long as it lasts more than 40 minutes. Oh God.
Well, you know, technically the car was running good for 39 minutes.
Yeah, jeez. Chiffon, Chiffon, listen. I'm serious now. I'm sorry this happened to you. You should have never done this alone, unless you knew about cars. And I don't mean that because you're a woman. I mean that anyone who doesn't know about cars, when you're looking at used cars like this, it's very risky. Now, how did you find Gallery Auto Auction? Why Colorado Springs? I'm just curious. I mean, excuse me, Pueblo.
Okay, so I was actually car shopping, and I was car shopping specifically for SUVs because we just added a dog to our family.
Yeah.
And with us having a dog, our dog can't ride in our small vehicle with us.
Okay.
So when I had a certain amount of money that I wanted to spend on the vehicle, so I typed in SUV.
Okay.
When it came down to the mileage, I was more concerned of the mileage of the vehicle, and I guess I overlooked, and I liked the 98,000 miles better than the 160,000
Okay,
miles.
you're right. Hey,
So-
Chiffon, I need to ask a few questions because we have. I don't want to jump the gun, but we have people who can fix cars, and we have people that do it on subsidies for people. And I'm not assuming that you will be one of them, but I'm just asking. Okay, so these are general questions I have to ask. Are you disabled?
No.
Okay. Do you work?
Yes.
Do you have kids?
Yes.
Okay. How many kids?
I have 3.
Would you be considered low income or regular income?
I am low income.
Okay. And do you have a partner in crime here, or is it just you?
It's just me.
Okay.
If I had a partner in crime, I probably wouldn't be going through this.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be your partner. Hold on. We're trying to do all bases. For example, let's say these guys say, well, this is what's wrong with it, and then all of a sudden we have people that can fix cars at cost or at no cost, so we want to explore all options. We got to give this to Deputy Smarty Pants and let him know that this is a woman in need, has kids. I don't mean poor, but I mean in need. She has kids. We got to help them, and they have a dog.
Marty's offline right now, but we can certainly get her information.
Good.
I can pass it on.
Good.
My heart goes, there's something about her. My heart goes out to her. I think this woman was fucked. I just feel it. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
I just feel that for some
Did they
reason.
or did they not say they would give her a new vehicle?
No, they didn't. They said, come look at it. That doesn't mean shit. Sometimes they'll take that and add it to the car.
Well, we don't know.
You're a guy with the $100,000 pickup?
Yeah, but we don't know that yet.
Well, no, we don't. But let's find out.
Yeah,
Smarty.
if they're gonna give a new car and credit her, then there's no problem.
Yeah, unless
Grab
that
the
car's a
charity
piece of shit too.
Well, Red Johnson. He's the reason why.
You know what?
It's $150.
I swear to God, I want, and I mean this sincerely, I want to start a 501(c) to help people buy cars, and I don't mean rich people. I mean like this: to help them free of charge get a car. I don't mean buy the car for them.
Right.
I mean help them not get screwed.
Right. You done worked a mile out on me. My Jeep is about to die out there.
Yeah, but you know, we
But then would you pay people to examine
horse
them?
cans and just tell me who. Just tell me, I'll do it.
Would you put money into it, or would you have people do it pro bono? So let's say you set up the.
There won't be that many expenses. I mean, we would.
You would have people inspect it. So let's say you had Jeff or whoever it is.
Yeah, cost.
Would
would
you have people donate to the fund and pay the inspectors?
Yes, but at a bargain, so the money goes farther.
Right.
And then I would also help them with the transaction itself.
Right.
The part that they usually love.
Let's talk about
O'Brien Legal Services. They are real estate attorneys. And you know what? We have so many instances where people need help when they buy real estate. Think about hundreds of thousands of dollars in real estate, and you don't pay a few hundred to have contracts reviewed? What about if the owner is financing it for you? You know what I mean, holding the note. Or what if you're buying with someone and you're not married to them? Oh, believe me, you need something in writing. And all kinds of situations like border disputes or easements or whatever it is, common maintenance areas, you need someone on your side. You know, back east, they don't even think about real estate without an attorney. And so I urge you to call olslaw.com, olslaw.com. Brad O'Brien and his team, O'Brien Legal Services, olslaw.com, 720-370-7388. During these complicated times, you need a public insurance adjuster. And I like Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. Now, I'm going to tell you something. These guys are a group of adjusters headed by Joel who represent the insured, you. And they fight your insurance company if they have to for justice. They're not regular adjusters that work for insurance companies. They work for you. They represent you. They collect the most you have coming under your coverage in order to make you whole. Whether it be the fire damages, smoke, soot, ash, broken pipes, kitchen fires, wind damage, hail, whatever it is, they'll take a look at your claim free of charge. They'll analyze the whole thing right in the beginning, free of charge. If you decide to use them after they tell you what they think they can do for you, then go ahead. If not, there's no obligation. It's a free evaluation of your claim. 720-715-0000. COClaims.com.
Being a real estate agent isn't about listing houses. It's about connecting to people. I need to find new buyers every day. So I...
All right. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. I have a bunch of good clients. Have you ever heard the vibration, a term called IPS?
IPS?
That's what we measure.
Iterations per second.
What is it?
IPS. Iterations per second.
I don't know.
In what context?
In our helicopters, when we do our annuals and they have to change something on the blades, there's like some tape that is reflective and they point a laser or something.
Yeah.
And it gives them IPS.
Which is what?
That is,
if they're pointing the light at it,
but you have to,
it's counting, then that's
the IPS have to be the IPS have to be under a certain number.
Or maybe it's the flexion up and down of the blades, which can cause wear on the blades.
Yeah,
right?
you don't want them like. Let me see, because then what they do is they have weights on the ends that they adjust.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the flexing of the blade.
IPS in aviation.
I bet you it has to do with the flexing of the blade.
But I always talk. I know they talk about
being
IPS.
off center balance. I have to do that to my house fans.
My neighbor was a helicopter pilot in Vietnam.
You keep today, Jeff, for all these car issues.
What's that?
Said you earned your keep. It's funny. Some weeks when you're here, you get only 1 or 2 calls. Today it's been almost 100.
I know.
Wait. It's not inch per second. I don't think so. I don't think so. That's what it says here for in aviation IPS inch per second.
Put IPS in helicopters.
Huh? Oh yeah, okay, that's right. That's the best IPS.
From 0 to 1.2 inches per second. Okay.
It doesn't make sense.
With 0 IPS rating is good. Okay. 1 to 1.2 IPS.
Helicopter vibration analysis. Here it is. It is inches per second.
It's vibration.
Wow.
Huh. I thought it was more complicated.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Okay, so I want to take you guys who've been waiting to get to this Beetle Bennett, you have a beetle issue. What's going on, bro?
Hey, Tom, I've talked to you about this before.
Go ahead.
The blinkers will work occasionally, and then they stop. I've taken it into the dealer. they have looked at it for 3 or 4 days, and I understand if it's not failing at the time that they're looking at it, what do you fix? But every time we get the thing home, my wife will drive it like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 miles, and all of a sudden, the left blinker will stay on solid, or the left blinker.
Yeah. Did they replace the flasher, the obvious?
Tom, that was my question. I don't know if they did or not.
Well, that's the most obvious thing. You know, a lot of people think blinkers are bulbs that blink, and they're not. They're simply a bulb that stays on unless you have the flasher. Flashers are relay, and I don't know, man. I think that's the most obvious thing you do. I'd ask if they replaced it. If not, I'd replace it. If that doesn't work, I couldn't. It almost has to be that, especially if it's staying on solid. What do you think, Jeff? I mean, it tells you it's getting power, so the only thing it's not getting is the interruption, right?
Yeah, and if your dealer's not getting to the bottom of it, move on to the next guy. Find somebody who's works on the...
I mean, really, it's getting power. We know that because it stays on. So then the only other part of the system, and I might be using an old term again, a flasher, but there are integrated units that flash, that make it intermittent on purpose, timed.
Well, Tom, what we're going to do is we're going to take the car in next week, and I'm going to tell them they can keep it a week, drive it a month. I don't care. I just want this fixed.
No, don't take it to a dealer. Take it to Sheridan Auto Tech.
And where would they be?
Okay, 2 locations. He does electrical.
Where are you located?
I'm going to get it right now, Sheridan.
One's on Havana and First.
Yeah.
In Aurora.
Is it First?
It's around Havana and First.
Hold on, I got to get the script out here.
And the other one is
on Colfax, just west of Wadsworth, and Havana and 6th. Oh, wait, it might be First because it's just south of 6th. Right. So it might be around 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, it's around there.
But just give him a call, Bennett. Give him a call because I think only one of them has the electrical division.
Do you have a number for him, Tom?
303-455-7242. Just call him, 455-7242. 303-713-TALK. Daryl, what's happening with you, Daryl?
Yeah. Tom, you and Mark and Susan helped me about 2 years with the same problem.
What was it?
Solved it in over a week. Well, the mailbox key, the mailbox lock, the mailman broke the mailbox. And now they sent us a letter yesterday and posted by the mailbox, but it's going to take 2 months to get, that box fixed so they can put our mail in there.
Wait a minute. So what do they want you to do in the meantime?
Go walk all the way up Capitol Hill and go to the post office to pick up our mail. And, some of us, these are vets, old retired vets.
All right. That's ridiculous.
In the mail, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They
broke it. They broke it, and they want you to go pick up your mail.
Yeah, at the post office up there on Capitol Hill.
How far away is it from you?
It's like 8 blocks.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Now, that's ridiculous. Okay, I agree with you. Hang on.
That happened to my mailbox, and I just went to the post office and gave me a new lock. They put a new lock in.
No, but
They said the box was broken. So
I think what's happening is it's a congregate box, and on the back, one key opens it to get all the boxes, and that key is the one. They can't put it in there. That's what they're saying.
Somebody broke in.
Not that he can't access it. It's that the back is one door.
They can't secure it.
So in other words, multiple people aren't getting mail.
Right.
That's what he said they want us to walk up there.
Oh, okay.
It's not just one box. I used to have to put these mailboxes in for the communities I developed, and they're just one big box. But it's weird because it's one box in the back, and you have access to every single one of them. They go boom, 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 and then they lock it.
And mine broke, the key broke in the lock.
But in your individual one.
Right, and they just they put a new lock in.
That's pretty quick and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what
But the post office did it.
Hey, listen, Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan means a lot. Let me tell you what it means. If you're in the process of getting a loan from anywhere and you haven't closed, and maybe you're a little upset it took longer than you thought, or you're worried about interest rates, Ideal will take a free look at that loan, free of charge, plus give you an interest rate guarantee. That means if rates go down even further, you will get refinance free of charge. Now, I have to tell you this because it's important. That is a no-brainer. Don't wait. Rates are only going up, okay? Don't wait. Even if they're not where you want them to be, get your refinancing going. And if they do go down, you didn't lose a thing. Ideal Home Loans has the interest rate guarantee. That's why I say Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. And speaking of real estate and loans, let's speak of Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. What Frank can do for you is he can sell your house faster and for more money, and he has stats to prove it. Not only that, he sells more. He has more experience, and it'll do a free market valuation before you even decide to list, with no obligation to list ever. You may just want to know what your house will sell for, and it's way more accurate than an appraisal or Zillow. It's what he feels it will sell for based on his experience. 303-920-1622. The Art of Granite is a countertop company. And the countertop material is not just granite. I know the name, The Art of Granite. But here's the deal. He'll do any countertop with any material, and he'll supply the material wholesale. Then he'll tear out and haul away free, do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen, and also free sinks for a limited time. He'll give you a price on the phone. Call him, theartofgranite.com. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell.
And on those blinkers, they don't sell blinker fluid anymore, do they?
I remember that.
It's currently on back order thanks to the supply chain problem.
One of the Mad magazines one time had my mom's invoice from the car dealer that had blinker fluids to change the brake shoes and socks. And what else? Some other stuff.
I got my brother wants to exchange his winter air for summer air inside his tires.
Oh my
Set up another roller coaster.
You let it out and put some more in. Oh my goodness. See, that's working your brother.
Brother or brother-in-law?
My brother.
That's working your brother.
Smoke a lot of dope, does he?
They're the worst thing I ever did.
Nah, he's Jeff's brother.
When we were growing up in New York, everybody had apartment buildings, elevators. I would stop the elevator in between floors. My sister would go nuts.
How do you do that? Oh,
Or
with
I pull the button. To this day, she will not go in. She will not go in an elevator.
It scares the shit out of
She's 70 years old, and she hasn't been in an elevator in 50 years. When she goes away, she makes sure she gets a hotel, first or second floor. And I feel guilty, but I was a kid, I mean, when you're 8 years old, you don't have any conscience. You just pull pranks like that. But she will not go in an elevator.
Stephanie was getting on the elevator one time when we were just friends, and she had a little Bichon. She's getting on the elevator, and the dog sees somebody in the lobby and yaps and runs out. The door closes, and all of a sudden it starts going up, and she's thinking, because she couldn't let it go. She let it go, but it was there, and it goes up. And she's thinking, my dog just got hung or strangled or whatever. So she runs out, goes downstairs. He has slit the collar. He's over underneath the piano, like shaking.
What happened? The collar broke?
He got out of it.
And they started pulling him. He like, oh shit.
He got out of it somehow. Thank God he got out of it.
My dog.
I had a job one summer. Remember the old elevators where you had a gate?
Yes.
I had that for one summer.
You were an operator?
Yeah.
You remember that joke? Never mind. I'm not going to say it because I'll get canceled. But there were certain people that couldn't have that job. They couldn't teach them the route.
Oh my goodness! Oh, cruel. Fucking cruel, John.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Keith, what is your question on gold and silver? How do we help you?
I just wanted to let you know you were advertising earlier for $6 shipping and no markup. You can buy up to $25,000 worth of gold or silver from the U.S. Mint.
Wait a minute. It was on my show. You heard that?
No. You were advertising gold earlier.
You were talking about David Ellis.
I was talking about David. I was talking about David Ellis Jewelry will buy your gold and silver. Is that what you mean?
Well, I'm talking about buying it from the U.S. Mint.
Yeah, I didn't advertise any of that, but what about it?
I'm just saying, instead of going to coin shops, people can order from the U.S. Mint, and it only costs $6 to have it shipped. There's no markup.
Oh, and what do you mean no markup? Do you mean whatever?
No fees like you pay at a coin shop.
No, I get it. Do you mean whatever the spot price is? That's what you pay.
Yes, up to $25,000 per order.
Oh, okay. So they will sell it to you straight across for the spot price.
Plus shipping of $6.
Really? Have you purchased, and are they bars, by the way?
You can get bars or coins.
What have you purchased?
Coins.
See, I've never gotten to that point where I believed in buying precious metals and hedging and being that afraid. I don't know if the word's afraid. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's being cautious.
Up in Denver, you can walk into the mint when it's open and buy it without a shipping charge. But if you have to order it from D.C., then you pay a shipping.
And gold today is $18.91 an ounce.
$18.91. What was it like 5 years ago? I'm just curious what gold was. Do you know? And what is silver doing? That's what I want to know. What's silver doing these days?
Well, I bet gold wasn't that high because the stock market over the past couple of years has been really good,
right?
Which means gold prices weren't that inflated.
But the thing that scares me about gold and silver, well, silver has some industrial uses. Well, so does gold, actually. I don't know.
Oh, every computer uses gold in their chips.
But what is our money? Our money is really loosely based on gold, or not at all?
No, it's not.
Not at all.
Nixon got rid of it. We don't have the gold standard. Yeah, we have promissory notes from the Federal Reserve.
Okay, and so does Fort Knox still have gold from the government?
Oh, absolutely.
And are we selling it?
I don't know. They didn't answer my email.
God, I just don't know much about precious metal. Oh, let me take these calls real quick. Frank, you need an attorney for what, Frank?
Hang on a minute.
I want to make sure he didn't. Yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, all right? Frank, if you need an attorney, can this wait? I'm serious. We'd love to talk to you. Can this wait till Monday? If not, I need to know a little bit about what you need the attorney for. Do me a favor. Hold on. Try to get them to wait till Monday, and if not, get their numbers, and we'll try to have somebody get back to them, okay? But it would be better if they wait till Monday.
You got it.
And we'll help. Remember, save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
And stay connected with all of us
at 630 KHOW.
KHOW.com.
And on the